Hey guys, I hope you're doing well today. I've missed you so much, but the good news is I have my camera back and so far it's working really well. And I also wanted to do my what's in my beach bag today. I know if you follow me on Twitter, I often go to the beach. I tweet pictures of the beach. I love the beach. I just feel so connected when I'm there. I love it. It's so peaceful. I live by the beach. I'm literally 5 minutes away. So if you're curious about what true beach locals take in their beach bags to the beach and you want to make sure you have the right essentials for a nice, enjoyable afternoon at the beach, then I encourage you to stay tuned. This is my beach bag. It looks like this. It's sort of like a pretty decent size. I'll stand up and show you. When it's on, it's like just on my hip. It's a nice size, but this is my beach bag. It's sort of like a straw or jute tote. They are a little more expensive, but I do find in the long run they're gonna last you a lot longer. And I personally think they're kind of stylish too. I'm very natural when I go to the beach. The only bright on me is occasionally my bathing suits. But I'm also gonna incorporate some clothes and things that I feel like I always have with me. This is one of my cover-ups. And I'll show you, it looks like this. It's just an oversized tank, and I got it from American Eagle. They are great for being able to find tank tops that kind of cover your bottom, your whole body. They're really lightweight, they dry quickly. I prefer 100% cotton cover-ups because I think they dry quicker on me. And another thing that I always have clothing-wise is my rainbows, and you can tell these are well loved. They are almost like gross looking and I'm wearing out the backs, but these are awesome for the elements. They're awesome for the sand and the salt water because I swear you can wear them in the water and they don't wear out. So there's actually there used to be a lifetime guarantee on them, but I've had these almost 5 years now and they're still going strong. Another couple of tips I have to incorporate to this too are things that I kind of sort of make sure to do when I go to the beach. For example, I take off all my jewelry, anything that I'm worried about losing. I always have my wedding set on. That's just a given. I never take that off. I don't even take it off when I take a shower. It's probably bad, but that's just the way I do it. But I always leave that on. I make sure that I take off all of my special jewelry, necklaces, whatnot. If you're playing in the water, you want to make sure that you don't lose something that's very important to you. If I'm gonna wear earrings, which is usually what I will wear to the beach, I kind of try to wear something that I don't care if it gets lost or messed up or damaged. These right here are just some little twisty ones that just kind of gives it a little added touch or whatever to my outfit when I'm laying out. I feel like it looks kind of neat, and I feel naked without having jewelry at the beach too. So I always try to have a little something. Since I'm so bare everywhere else, I just like to have a little pop of something fun on my ears. And I will take these out if I'm going to be tanning too sometimes because I don't want to have funky designs, or just wear a small set of studs or something when you go to the beach. That way you don't have to worry about it. But I definitely have a pair of earrings. I usually start out with my hair up. You can see I just kind of have my hair in a messy top knot bun. I have some great tips for getting a quick top knot bun. In case you guys are interested, let me know because it took me forever to master it. Anyhow, that's another topic, that's another video. So we're rolling with the beach bag stuff. Alright, so I'm going to grab this. It's not so heavy that I can't carry it myself. I don't like overpacking and taking a ridiculous amount of stuff to the beach because I'm pretty much at the beach to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the water, and to walk. So I don't feel like I need a whole lot of stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to dig in. One of the things that I find is essential, and it's always at the top of my beach bag, is an oversized, massively large beach towel. And I'll show you how big this is. To me, this is my two-person towel. It starts on this side and goes all the way across to this side. And it's so big. It literally covers the entire screen. I think you guys can see it. This is absolutely perfect for laying out. I feel like if you have a really big beach towel, there's plenty of room for you. If you go with your family or with your husband or your boyfriend, if you have a super big towel, it's really nice. You guys can share it. That's cool. I don't actually take an extra towel, which is kind of silly, but I kind of tend to just leave the beach and I don't know, I kind of dry off with the inside of this. But I just take one large towel and that's really all I need. So I always have a big towel with me. It's so funny because I love the beach, but I don't love the sand. So, alright. A couple of other things I take are hydration, and usually I can't make up my mind whether I just want water or if I want juice or something. So I usually carry two. I carry water with a koozie, just a regular koozie like that. I throw it in my bag, and then I found this neat little thermos thing. It's from IKEA, and you can order them online or you can get them in stores, but you just basically open it up, you punch the top, and you can pour something really cold, and it stays super cold. I like that because sometimes your water kind of doesn't stay cold. So I like the fact that you can take your thermos with you to the beach and you can have your juice, or you know, if you're older, you can have like your adult beverages mixed together or whatever and keep them nice and cold, and despite the sun beating on them. So I really like that, and I always have something like that with me. All right, now we're gonna get into the reading stuff. Okay, I don't usually read too much when I go to the beach, but if I feel like I'm gonna be there a little while and I just want to sit back and read, I either take my current like issue of whatever magazine it is I'm reading. I'll carry that. This one is actually in style. I just got it in the mail like a couple of days ago, so I'd probably take that and maybe read that. But if I'm really into like a novel or something, I'm a huge fan of Dan Brown. This is like the second time I'm on this. This is the Da Vinci Code. I really feel like if I'm gonna read something, I want to keep myself interested in the story, but I also want to be enriched by the story. And I feel like when I read Dan Brown books, I always learn something new. And he has great story plots, and I also feel like he incorporates a lot of actual history. So I always feel like I learned something. At the same time, I'm like wildly entertained by his stories. I think he's a fantastic author, and he's actually one of my favorites. And he only has a few books out, but they're all just incredible. So I kind of cycled through the entire series of the 3, and I'm back on the Da Vinci Code. So I would probably just throw that in my bag and actually take that to read. And like I said, I just kind of decide what I'm going to read, or if I'm going to read it all last minute. But if I take something, that would definitely be what I have. Alright, some other things. Sunglasses. Now, that's one thing I think some people like worry so much about, kind of like how they look on the beach, and they don't think about the functionality of it. If you're going to the beach, you're going to be in the sand, you might be in the water, and your sunglasses are going to get scratched up. And I have this pair of Guess sunglasses, and I think these sort of unofficially turned into my kind of beach sunglasses because I made the mistake of wearing them a little bit too soon to the beach, and I ended up getting a scratch in the lens. And fortunately it's not like in my line of sight, but it is like right along this side. So these just kind of became my like clunking around sunglasses. These are just some, you know, like aviator sunglasses. They're, you know, they're kind of fancy, but whatever. Try to take like sunglasses you don't mind getting messed up. That's one big tip I can give you. I know everybody likes to have nice sunglasses. Just make sure they have good protection for your eyes, UVA, UVB protection for your eyes. They don't have any really goofy shapes in them. You know, if you do that, at least take your sunglasses off if you're tanning a couple of times and just close your eyes. You might wind up with some really funky tan lines on your face. So sunglasses you don't mind getting messed up. So make sure you have those. Alright, now getting into snacks. You will pretty much almost always catch me with the following things in my beach bag. I always have a bag of chips, one of these little, just, you know, little kind of tiny bags of chips for a snack. I always have an apple with me because this is the kind of food that doesn't go bad no matter how long you're at the beach and it sits in your bag. I'm like obsessed with these. I know they're for kids, but these are so great. They're like one-shot nutrition pouches. These are by Matern, and they're called Go-Go Squeeze Applesauce on the Go, and they look like this. They're really cool and refreshing. I usually nestle this beside my water bottle, and I like it because it's cold and refreshing, but even if it gets a little bit warm, you can still eat applesauce. It doesn't go bad. So those are like some little snacks. I try to balance out a fruit with like a salty or a sweet with a salty, and I try to stay pretty well rounded, or I might take like some trail mix or something. I usually don't like to eat too heavy when I'm on the beach. I'll usually go out to eat like right after I get off the beach. You can easily get heat exhausted, by the way. It's very important to stay hydrated. Alright, for, you know, people always ask me, what do I do with my keys? What do I do with my cell phone? Well, I always have Ziploc bags with me. In the bottom of my bag, I keep a couple of Ziploc bags, just like this. I always have one in case I have small bits of trash, like I have my chip bag, my apple core, my applesauce cases or whatever. I throw the trash in one of these bags. The second bag, I basically have an extra, but is always designated for the phone. I know it sounds silly, but I know I just like to slide my phone into just a plain Ziploc bag. It's an iPhone, and I just slide it into a Ziploc bag and I seal it up, and this kind of just helps protect it if you happen to get like some overspray from this, you know, the salt water, or you just happen to have your drink tip over or something like that. I always just keep it wrapped up in this, so I feel like it's a little bit more protected than if it was just bouncing around inside of my beach bag. So I carry some Ziploc bags for trash and for the purpose of protecting this, and I'll generally slide my keys into this too because my car keys are kind of like electronic and they have the lock and unlock and all that, so I kind of don't want to get those wet or damaged either. That can affect the battery. So anything I want to protect, I just throw into Ziploc bags. It's super easy, super quick. So I do that. And I always worry about people, you know, stealing my stuff. So I always make sure I keep my things nice and compact. You can get change purses anywhere, but something kind of small, and only take the essentials. You know, I think a lot of people get into trouble when they try to take their whole wallet to the beach and think they'll need it. If it happens to get stolen, they can't remember what was in it. I always know exactly what's in mine. I always have gum, just in case I want to freshen up my breath or I wind up talking to somebody and I don't want to like blow them away. I have a little mirror just because I wear contact lenses, and I kind of get nervous that I might get sand in my eye or something in my eye and I won't be able to see to get it out. So I just keep a little mirror. And I keep change, just a couple of things of change. I don't go nuts on the change because it gets heavy. I just make sure I keep quarters. Our beaches have kind of like parking tolls or whatever, but I'm a local, so I know where to go to not have to pay tolls, but it's always good to have a little bit of change. You also might want to stop at a drink machine if you have one near the beach, so I keep a couple of things of change. I keep one lip gloss. I'm not crazy. I don't take my makeup to the beach because I don't want it to get ruined in the heat. So I just take one little gloss. I'm not worried about it melting. That's why I take a gloss. Lipsticks melt really easily. Side note, I'm so bad for interjecting things, but this is one thing you don't take to the beach. If you are into the sugar lip treatment, Sugar Fresh, I remember watching one time somebody saying it was safe to be out in the heat. That is so not true. I took, and this stuff is expensive. This isn't cheap. Now this one's the sample size, but it'll do the same to your large ones. I took it to the beach, and it literally melted all into the lid, and this part right here melted all over this, and it was a complete mess. And you know, I was only on the beach like an hour and a half, so if you have expensive balms or lipsticks you don't want to get ruined, just leave them. Take something you don't necessarily care about. Just take a little gloss if you want to freshen up your lips. And then in there I have, and I'm not gonna like show them up close, but I keep one debit card and I keep my driver's license. So I have my driver's license and I have my debit card. And that way I know if my driver's license gets taken, I'm not so worried about that. And then one debit card. I can cancel one debit card. I'm not that worried about it. So I just keep those two things in my bag. All right. Can't go to the beach and not protect your skin. You know, I'm a very avid skincare, you know, anti-aging, anything for your skin, I'm all about it. I did do a supplemental blog to this video, and it's more on the dangers of photoaging and photo damage. So hopefully you guys will take a moment. I'll link it below. I encourage you to check that out. But it just talks about the things that you can do to prevent yourself from, you know, prematurely aging from the sun. And this is what I'll always have with me. I will always carry this. I don't care what they come up with or what they make on the market. I am a fan of the Coppertone Water Baby Sunscreen Lotion. I have had this used on me ever since I was a child, and I will continue to use it probably until the day I die. There is nothing I have found that stays on that is a broad spectrum sunscreen quite like this. You can go in the water and, you know, it seems to stick to you. It's very inexpensive and it's by Coppertone. It looks like this. And like I said, I can't recommend this enough. I mean, it's safe for children's young skin, and I feel like it's safe for mine. I have super sensitive skin and I never have problems with this. Always look for something with UVA and UVB, and you know, they recommend at least 15, but I totally recommend going higher than 15. Now on my face, I do kind of use a little bit more protection, although I do use this quite often on my face, but I always have some sort of like sunscreen samples floating around, so I'll usually just throw them in my bag. I have like Hope oil-free, I guess this is like the philosophy, it's SPF 30. I have Shiseido's 42 and Shiseido's 60. I'll have little facial lotion samples in my bag. Now I can tell you right now, I'm not a big fan of the Shiseido, but I am just trying to use them up. I don't want to waste them, so I always have little samples thrown in my bag of things I think I might need in a pinch. And just like, I'll have a little thing of lotion or something, if not a little kind of tiny hand cream or something in there, just in case I start to feel a little bit dry. And just my two like cleaning things, I actually just take a small pack of wipes, one that's kind of almost worn out. I'll take a small pack of wipes, and I'll always have my deodorant with me. And you know, of course, like I said, my keys, and that's it. That's pretty much what I take to the beach, and I try to go at least, you know, once a week, if not every other week, to get down there. And I really wanted to go today, but and film this on the beach, but it ended up being really overcast and windy, and I think all you would have heard is like wind whooshing around me, so it probably wouldn't have made for that interesting of a video with all that noise. So I'll be sure to insert a couple of beach pictures, because who wants to watch a beach bag thing without some beachiness to it? So I'll definitely insert a couple of pictures of the beach to take you guys out, and if I have a clip or some footage of maybe like an older beach video or something, I'll be sure to plug that in as well. Hopefully this video has helped you in some way. I just generally take what I need. I take the essentials and what I need to get through a full day at the beach. And hopefully you guys will get to the beach soon enough, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! There's a little bird on the beach. And here's a little spot where the water's kind of running down, and you got your seagulls.